man that can't be beat. They're the pride of Cloverdale, the Colts in blue, skating fast, hitting hard, breaking through. Battles in the corner, busting across the line, picking top corners, making saves so fine. Jackson A crashing that crease. When he's on the ice, it's a red light feast. Orson's up high, ripping the point shot. Richards in front, tipping from the slot. The ice shakes, get out of your seat. Tyler weaving through the zone, what a feat. They're the pride of Cloverdale, the Colts in blue, skating fast, hitting hard, breaking through. Battles in the corner, busting across the line, picking top corners, making saves so fine. Port Moody trembles with fear. Richmond hides when the Colts are near. Abbotsford turns and runs away, afraid what will happen if they stay. The Colts battle hard to defend their space as Mitchell tries to block a shot with his face. They're the pride of Cloverdale, the Colts in blue, skating fast, hitting hard, breaking through. Battles in the corner, busting across the line, picking top corners, making saves so fine. Making saves so fine.
We're back with another edition of the Colts Highlight Show. And today you can see the Colts will once again be wearing their third jerseys, the cream-colored alternates, for a road game here today in Richmond. This game took place on Saturday, November 29th, a late afternoon game in Richmond on the road for the Colts. Colts will have a pretty full lineup here today, down just one player. Linden remains out with his knee injury, so the Colts will have 12 forwards and 5 defense today. Nate is going to get the start in net. Let's jump into the first period and see how it goes. We're going to start off with an offensive zone face-off for the Colts. This puck is going to get caught up in a scrum along the wall, and eventually the Richmond player is going to misplay that out of the scrum, and it's going to come right to Mack in front. He gets a good shot off, but it's into the midsection of the Richmond goalie. So here we are off another offensive zone face-off. West puts that puck down low. Richmond's going back and forth across the ice with it, up off the wall, past the defender, and then West is chasing it down, and that Richmond player does an amazing job to outrace him to the puck and get thrown out front, and there's no back check there to help, and that player just sweeps it into the net, and Richmond has an early 1-0 lead. Richmond defenders, however, are going to continue to turn over the puck. Here's the defender behind the net. He tries to pass it up. It goes right to Richard, who throws it on net. The rebound is there for Jackson Anderson, but he can't get it to go, and then the net is off its moorings. Yet another turnover from Richmond as Tyler reads that well, intercepts it, goes and gets the wrist shot. The rebound is laying there loose, and Arjun can't get to it until eventually it's covered, and then he goes in and piles on top of the goaltender, and the Richmond players push him off to the side. So we go to the second period, and we have Richmond forechecking down below the goal line, and as Orson's trying to carry that out, that player gets a stick around him and is going to take a penalty. So the Colts now will have a power play to try to get this game back to level. And Mac's going to win the initial face-off of the power play. The puck's going to get sweeped over here to Seth, who walks into the dot, takes a shot, rebound comes out just out of the reach of Mac, and it's down the ice. So power play continues. Here's Leo behind the net. He's going to throw that out front to Seth, who sweeps it on net. Goalie looked a little unsure of where it was, and it popped up in the air, and it stays out of the net. But the power play does continue. Arjun's going to whip that over to Nathan. He's going to settle the puck down. He's going to play catch here with Seth, who's going to put it back to him, and then he's going to whip it through the crowd, and it's going to find its way to the back of the net, and a power play goal has this game 1-1. And the Colts are going to get a chance to take the lead. Here goes Tyler, whipping through the neutral zone down the right side, and he's got his leg up on that Richmond player, so the Richmond player is forced to come over, put his knee out, and trip Tyler up. So it's going to be a power play for the Colts. Down this other end, working it around. Shot by Nathan is blocked, so he puts it out to the point to Arjun, who's allowed to walk in and rip the shot up high, but it hits Mac in front. And you can see Mac shaking out that right arm where the puck hit him. So the power play's continuing, although it's just about to end, and Jackson Mum turns his puck over, and Richmond throws it out to the player coming out of the penalty box. He's on a breakaway, going in, and there's a big hook from Wes to take away the scoring chance, and you can see the referee pointing to center, and we have ourselves a penalty shot. So here comes the Richmond player that was coming out of the box. He's coming in slowly, and too slowly, as Nate makes it look easy and just pokes the puck off of his stick. So now the play's back in the Colts zone. Take my word for it, the camera's going to focus on the bench here for a little bit, but when it catches back up to the action, Richmond has the puck in front of the net. It's a mad scramble that they're eventually going to find a way to put it past Nate, and the Jets have another lead in this game. And Richmond's going to get a chance to stretch this lead. Watch this player retrieving the puck in the corner. A hit there from Arjun that looked pretty clean to my eyes, but not to the referee out at center. He's going to decide that that is a penalty. He's going to call it 2 minutes for boarding as he's explaining it there to Arjun before sending him off. So now Richmond on the power play, looking to get a 3-1 lead. There's a point shot that's tipped through. And in front, though, you see Nathan had knocked that player down, and now he's pushing him around, trying to get his stick back. Can't quite pick it back up. He's going to get re-engaged again with another player. And again, the referee at center, rather than the one down at that end, has decided that Nathan deserved a penalty for that. And he's going to go back at that other Richmond player who's coming in late. But eventually he's going to get escorted to the penalty box after a bunch of discussion. And now there are 2 Colts in the box, and it's a 5-on-3 advantage for Richmond. And they're going to work it around at the top of the umbrella, looking for that one-timer. They have a guy on the right side who's in the one-timer spot, and eventually they get it over to him. But Nate knows what they're up to, and he gets across and kicks that off to the corner. Power play continues. Now it's a 5-on-4, though. And as the power play is ending, similar to earlier when we saw Richmond get a breakaway, Nathan gets one out of the box. Save there, but he swats his own rebound home. And coming out of the box, Nathan has his second goal of this game, and we have our second tie. It's now 2-2. The penalty trouble is going to continue for the Colts, though. Here they launch a puck up the middle, Richmond does, and Orson gaps up to play it, and the Richmond player gets in behind him, so he has to hustle back, and it looks like maybe that was Bryson that hauled that player down, but it's going to be Orson that gets the penalty for hooking, sending Richmond once again to the power play, looking to regain their lead. And similar to their 5-on-3 power play, they're going to try to work it over to the right side of the setup for this one-timer, and there it is, and it looks like it's headed for the top corner, but Nate gets his right arm up and gets the shaft of his stick on it to deflect it over the net. So we go to the third period. It's tied 2-2. And the Colts get a good chance early. This puck ends up out there with Wes on Noah's stick, who then puts it towards the front of the net, and Liam gets it there and throws it on net with a backhand, but it's saved by the Richmond goaltender. So now we're back at the other end. Wild scramble in front, ends up out at the point to the Richmond player, who slaps it towards the net, and it just misses the post, but it does bounce off the wall strangely to the other side of the net, where the Richmond player is able to put it past the sprawling Nate, and Richmond once again has the lead for the third time in this game. It's now 3-2. Now we see Mitchell playing the puck in from the blue line, and as he does that, he's going to get checked from behind by that Richmond player well after the puck has left Mitchell's stick, so that's going to be an interference penalty, and the Colts are going to go to the power play looking to tie this one back up. And Nathan, who's having himself a game, is looking for the hat trick. Point shot there through all those bodies up high, but it's off the post and to the corner. Power play does continue, though. Nathan gathers that one at center, puts it up to the blue line. Arjun holds up there, puts it across to Seth, who makes a drag move and shoots, and the rebound is laying there for Leo, who's coming in from the left side, scoops it in on the backhand to tie this game back up. It's a real seesaw battle. Richmond getting the lead, and Colts coming right back to tie it up again. So off the ensuing face-off, we're going to see that Richmond player trip up Jackson Anderson. So shortly after tying the game, the Colts are going to have an excellent opportunity here to get their first lead. So here they are on the power play, working it around. It's going to come over to Jackson Bum here on the right, who feeds it nicely in front to Tyler, who looks to have a ton of net there, but the Richmond goalie comes across quickly and makes the save. Power play continues, and Seth neatly pulls this one off the wall and makes 2 quick strides to the middle. Excellent play there. Shot on net, the rebound, and then there's 2 whacks at it by Mack in front of the net, but he can't get it to go. Back to even strength now. Colts working down low behind the net. And Tyler's going to sneak up on this Richmond player and just strip him of it. He's all alone in front, but the other Richmond player reaches in with that long stick and just pokes it off his stick as he was about to shoot it. So just 5 minutes to go in this game. Still tied. Here's a point shot by Richmond. Deflected just wide. They're going to chase it down along the wall, put it behind the net. And this player is going to put it out to the point. And Liam's going to read that well, get right in the shooting lane, block it, chase it down the ice. He's got a step. He's going to cut hard to the net, get the shot off, rebounds there. And then Jackson Davis comes in before any Richmond player can get there, and he sweeps that on net. But the goalie turns it aside. So now Jackson Anderson has it in the corner. He puts it behind the net. And as the Richmond player comes in, he gets his stick up into the face area, cross-checking or head contact. It could be one or the other. The referee's going to choose to call it head contact for 2 minutes. So Jackson's off to the box. And the Colts are going to have to kill a penalty here with just a couple minutes left in this game. Richmond's going to work it around, throw that on net, rebounds just out of that player's reach, and Seth sweeps it down the ice. Richmond keeps coming. This play gets blocked, but it knocks the stick out of the hand. That creates more space for them to get another shot off. 3 bodies in front, bodies flying everywhere, but it gets cleared down the ice, and the Colts kill that penalty and the rest of the game, and this is going to result in a tie. So let's have a look at the stats for this game. There you see at the top of the table, Nathan with his 2 goals. He also had a post. He had what would have been the 3rd assist on Leo's goal as well as he moved that puck up the ice. So a great game from Nathan. So now we'll have a look at the overall stats, what they look at. Jackson Anderson, Jackson Mum still at the top of the table. Arjun with his 2 assists today, leapfrogs Tyler for 3rd in scoring. And there you see Nathan now with 12 points, leading the defenseman in points. So that's it for this game, folks. Next game is a home game against North Van, and so we'll see you for that one.